Hi everyone. Today we will discuss hydraulic braking system. In this class, we will see about what is hydraulic braking system and what is the construction of the hydraulic braking system, and also what are the basic components involved in this hydraulic braking system. If that there is different constructional details and what is the working operation of those different working parts of these hydraulic braking systems. And this hydraulic braking system, one of the main component is master cylinder. So what is the construction of the master cylinder and what is the operation of this master cylinder? What are the different parts in this master cylinder? We will see in this class. So in this hydraulic braking system are mainly two different types of hydraulic braking systems. One is drum type hydraulic braking system, and next one is disc type hydraulic braking system. These are the commonly uh, used two types of hydraulic braking systems in automobile vehicles. Okay, in previous class, we will see about the introduction of this braking system and also mechanical braking system. In this mechanical braking system, there are two types of mechanical braking system, drum type mechanical braking system and a disc type mechanical braking system. And this mechanical braking system, it means the braking system works only in the through linkages or through connection through gears or through the power is transmitted whenever the brake is applied. uh, so how that power is transmitted through wheels, so that conversion we are using different linkages and different gears or different connections. Only those types are we are using, those are all called mechanical connections. That's why we are called mechanical braking system. Okay, so in this class we will see what is hydraulic braking system. You can see what is the fundamentals of first of all, we should go into the class. First you can see what are the fundamentals of braking system. To convert kinetic energy into heat energy, whenever uh, you apply the brake, the kinetic energy is converted into heat energy in every braking system. If you are using hydraulic braking system or vacuum braking system or mechanical braking system, air braking, any type of braking system you are using, any type of automobile vehicle, what is the final conversion? It is the kinetic energy is converted into heat energy. The kinetic energy is converted into heat energy. So the kinetic energy changed into uh, developing the heat energy. Okay, so that kinetic energy, you can see the formula of that kinetic energy of mv square, of mv square. You should know the mass and you should know the volume. You can see of into mass I am taking 1100 kg into volume I am taking 40 meters per second square. Sorry, velocity I'm taking 40 meters per second square. So what I am getting, the final output is in kilojoules or kilowatts 0.244, that is the output power. Okay, so that amount of power is developed 11 kgs mass, 11 kg mass, and uh, what is the velocity? It is 40 meters per second. So that amount of mass and velocity I am taking. So what is the final output? 0.244 power is getting on this energy. And you can see there is a discs, drums, eddy current, brakes, all effectively convert kinetic energy to heat energy. So any type of braking system you can take, finally the kinetic energy is converted into heat energy. And regenerative systems use braking as electromagnetic generation and use the energy to charge and recharge batteries. In so much automobile vehicles, almost 95 to uh, 90 to 95% of automobile vehicles, we are using regenerative system. So what is the main purpose of regenerative systems useful for the automobile vehicles? It is uh, the regenerative systems use braking as electromagnetic generation. So the electromagnetic power is generated in that braking system and use the energy to charge and recharge the batteries. So that energy, that electromagnetic generation of energy is used to charge the energy and recharge the batteries. Parachutes use the equal and opposite force rules. So these are the fundamentals of braking system. And what are the main requirements of the braking system? Why we use this braking system uh, compulsory in any type of automobile vehicle in environment? You can see a braking system must decelerate a vehicle in a controlled and repeatable manner under a variety of conditions. So the brake is used in variety of conditions. So different applications and different areas, different purposes, the brakes are used. Okay. First one is slippery, wet and dry roads. So if the roads are wet or if the roads are dry roads, so if the tires should be slipped, in that condition we are using brakes. And next one, rough and smooth roads. There is a rough roads or smooth roads. If there is a rough roads, the vehicle should not move high speed, so we can decrease that speed. Automatically we are applying brakes. So why the brakes are applying? To reduce the speed of the vehicle. And also smooth roads, so the vehicle is running fast on the road. Suddenly there is a speed breaker, or suddenly there is um, a turning point. Automatically I am decreasing the speed. So we can gradually decrease the speed. Whenever you apply the brake, automatically the speed of the vehicle is decreased. Okay, so that's why we are also using the brakes in the rough and smooth roads. Straight line and cornering conditions. Straight line and cornering conditions. If the cornering conditions, if the vehicle should turn a right side or left side, any type of turning it is taking, uh, we can apply the brakes to decrease the speed of the vehicle. And high and low rates of deceleration, new or worn linings, laden or unladen, towing. So these are the different conditions we are applying the brakes. Okay, so that's why these are the main requirements to use brakes in automobile vehicles. So what are the braking system components? What are the different components and what are the main commonly used components in the braking system? Energy source, driver effort. So energy source, that is driver effort, that is then the hands or driver hands or driver legs, we can apply the energy force on that pedal. Okay, so that is the energy source. And modulation system to control braking effort, driver or modulate valves, ABS system. So modulation to control braking of effort. That means automatic braking systems we are using in some of the automobile vehicles. That modulation system to control the braking effort in the driver hands. Transmission lines. There is a pipelines and linkages. Suppose it is a mechanical braking system, there is a linkages. Hydraulic braking system or vacuum braking system, there is a pipelines. Okay, so those are the different components and friction components, discs and pads, so drums and screws. So these are the commonly used components in the any type of braking system. What is the braking system basics? Wheel braking torque requirements, adjust braking capacity using pedal and hydraulic mechanical advantage, pad material, rotor size. System stiffness as related to pedal travel and mechanical advantage. And balance, you can see hydraulic mechanical advantage, front versus rail, balance bar settings, etc. Response linearity, that is temperature, operating range and release characteristics of pad compound. These are the basics of the braking system. Minimum basics: wheel braking torque requirement, we can take that wheel braking torque requirement. Adjust the braking capacity using pedals or hydraulic mechanical advantage, pad material, and you can take the rotor size. And also you can check the system stiffness as related to pedal travel and mechanical advantage, and you can check the balance and you can check the response linearity. These are the basics of the braking system. And also, what are the factors affecting braking efficiency? One is grip, and another one is wheel torque generated through grip, and the third one is wheel torque. And the braking torque depends upon the mean radius of the disc friction surface, coefficient of friction at pad and disc surface, number of friction surfaces, clamping force between pads and discs. These are the braking efficiency. Braking efficiency means we can apply some energy of that brake pedal. How much amount of braking is applied on that wheel? How much effort is placed on that wheel? How much power is transmitted through uh, different pipelines or different connections, different linkages through automobile vehicle wheels? So if we are apply the brakes, we are using so much amount of energy. Automatically the vehicle should be stopped. We are applying small amount of uh, energy to that brake pedal. Only uh, the brake shoes and the wheel surfaces of contact is very less. That means we can reduce the speed of the vehicle. We can reduce the speed of the vehicle. We are applying the brakes, very high amount of energy is used to apply that brakes. um, that means high force is passed through that brake pedal. Automatically the brake shoes are attached to the uh, wheel surfaces. Immediately it should stop the rotating of that wheels. Okay, so that is the conditions depends upon the braking efficiency. What is the weight transfer? That is usually more weight front axle, transfer of weight front under braking. So those are weight transfer. And you can see what is hydraulics. What is hydraulics? Specially designed rubber seals fitted to moving pistons keep hydraulic system sealed. So the hydraulics are specially designed for rubber seals. It is fitted to moving pistons keep hydraulic system sealed. There is a master cylinder, one of the main component in the hydraulics braking system. It is master cylinder. So in that master cylinder, there is a fluid. There is a fluid is available. In that fluid, we should compress by using piston. So the piston is arranged on that master cylinder. The piston is used to uh, run the uh, compress the fluid, and the fluid is passed through the different pipelines. Uh, then finally the brake is applied. Okay, so that is the basic procedure of the hydraulic braking system. Uh, and pressure is constant throughout the system. So in the hydraulic braking system, the pressure is constant. We cannot increase or decrease the just a second. Okay, guys, you can see the pressure is constant throughout the system. So in this hydraulic braking system, throughout the pressure is constant. If the pressure is constant throughout the system and the force is equal to pressure into area, the pressure is constant. Oh, we can know that force, we can apply the formula, it is pressure into area of that uh, cylinder. Okay, so we can take that master cylinder, we can know about the area of that master cylinder, so we can apply the pressure into area, we can know about the force, and pressure created depends upon the force applied and area of the master cylinder. Smaller master cylinder diameter is equal to higher pressure but greater travel distance. You can take the small diameter of the master cylinder, the high pressure but greater travel distance. Larger output wheel cylinder or piston creates greater force with less travel. Okay, so these are the conditions of the hydraulics. You can see that how the force is calculated through this hydraulic braking system. So the piston is moving some amount of force. You can see this uh, working of the hydraulic braking system. The piston is moving some amount of force. I don't know about this, how much amount of force is moving this piston. Okay, but I know this area of the master cylinder and how much amount of pressure I am creating. It is calculating through different pressure gauges are so some amount of pressure I am applying this hydraulic braking system. So whenever the pressure is creating throughout this piston on the master cylinder, the fluid is passing through this transfer lines. The fluid is passing through these transfer lines, and you can see there is a area measured and force measured. You can see this area and force measured of this hydraulic braking system. You can take the different areas of the cylinders in the hydraulic braking system. There is a difference between the force and the area of those cylinders in the hydraulic braking system. Okay. Already you know about these different types of brakes: mechanical brakes, hydraulic brakes, power brakes. It is a vacuum brakes, electrical brakes. Mechanical brakes, it is drum brakes. Hydraulic brakes, it is drum brakes, disc brakes, power brakes, pneumatic brakes, pneumatic hydraulic brakes, vacuum brakes, electric brakes. These are the different types of brakes. Okay. Just you can see, coming to the topic hydraulic braking system. Hydraulic braking system. You can see what is the condition of the hydraulic braking system. Just you can observe it. You can see this hydraulic braking system operation. There are different components. One of the main component is brake pedal depression and moves piston in master cylinder. Fluid under pressure is pushed to slave cylinder. Slave cylinders are located at each wheel. That means a hydraulic braking system is placed in the automobile vehicle. Whenever the brake pedal is pressed on the some amount of pressure or some amount of force, automatically the piston is moves on the master cylinder. So that piston is moves to compress the fluid under the pressure. It is pushed to slave cylinder. These slave cylinders are located at each wheel. For example, we can take one car. So in that car, uh, the brakes are used. The brakes are placed at the individual wheel arrangements. Okay. So in every wheel has a one brake pads or brake shoes. We are applying. So whenever the fluid is passed through that different flow lines or different pipelines of that braking system, automatically the brake pads are expanded. The brake pads are expanded. So that is slave cylinders are located at each wheel. You can see there are slave cylinders. These slave cylinders are located in the each wheel of the car. Okay. So in that the fluid compression process, the fluid is uh, used to enlarge the brake pads, and that brake pads are contact with the wheel surfaces to reduce the speed of the vehicle or to stop the vehicle. So that is the main working operation, and it obeys the Pascal's law. Pressure in the enclosure system is equal under uh, undiminished in all directions. That means the pressure is constant. The pressure is constant in the hydraulic braking system. The pressure of the fluid is not increased or decreased. The pressure should be constant. Okay. Force is equal to pressure into area. So the area, it means area of the master cylinder. We can calculate the force, that is pressure into area. Force applied to brake linings is increases with larger diameter wheel cylinder. You can see this. It is the setup of the master cylinder. Setup of the hydraulic braking system. So in that braking system, you can see that components: piston, master cylinder. So in that master cylinder, there is a piston. The piston link is connected to the foot pedal, and the fluid is passed through the different transfer lines. Okay, there is a disc wheel brakes. There is a disc wheel brakes and drum wheel brakes. So we are using disc brakes and drum brakes. So in the disc brakes and drum brakes, the fluid is passed through the pipelines. Both of the uh, brakes in the automobile vehicles, that is disc brakes and drum brakes. Okay. So what is a hydraulic brake fluid? Uh, we are using different types of hydraulic brake fluids. Is glycol based fluids are hygroscopic, that is absorb water, and brake fluid higher boiling point than water. So the boiling point of the water is the boiling pointer of the brake fluid is higher than the water. Dot specifications, it is list both dry and wet boiling points. Boiling point for, you can see there are wet boiling point and dry boiling point. You can see there are different temperatures and maintaining in the dot 3, dot 4, and dot 5.1 brake fluids. Okay, so it indicates the decline in boiling point caused by the increased water content. So the water content is increased on the fluid. You can see the maximum temperature of that fluids. So what type of brake fluids we are used in the hydraulic braking system? It is commonly glycol based fluids are hygroscopic, that is absorb water. Okay. What are the main properties of this brake fluid? It does not thicken with changing heat, must not boil, must be compatible with brake material. It must be lubricate internal parts. It must not evaporate easily. These are the properties of the brake fluid. You can see the what is the operation of the hydraulic braking system. Driver depresses the brake pedal. That means the pressure is applied on the brake pedal through the help of driver. Linkage applies force to piston at the rear of master cylinder. So one linkage is connected through the piston and foot pedal of the uh, driver. Whenever the foot pedal applied, whenever the driver depresses the foot pedal, automatically there is a linkage connection. That link is moved, and the whenever the link is moved, automatically the piston should be moving. So the piston is compressed the fluid in the master cylinder. The fluid is passed through the pipelines to the automobile vehicles, and each wheel of the there is a slave cylinder, and it is enlarged the uh, there are brake shoes or brake pads available, so that brake shoes and brake pads are contact with the wheel surface to stop the or to reduce the vehicle speed. Okay, so it is the overall operation, and there is a master cylinder operation which supplies the hydraulic pressure to the wheel cylinders. Primary cup compresses fluid when pedal is depressed. Secondary cup keeps fluid from leaking out. Its seal lips are directional. Seal installed backwards will leak. So there is a master cylinder. Whenever the foot pedal is pressed, the fluid is passed through this master cylinder braking lines. There is a combination valve and front brake hoses and front brake calipers, rear brake hoses. You can see the wheel alignment and setup of the braking system. Okay, so you can see there is a front or rear split system. In this front or rear split system, you can see what are the constructional details and what are the components involved in the hydraulic braking system, and where we locate this hydraulic braking system in the vehicle. So there is a front and rear split system. The hydraulic braking system is used and to fluid is passed through the front wheels and rear wheels of the automobile vehicle. There is a primary piston, secondary piston, master cylinder, right front and left front, left rear, right rear. Okay, so in all wheels of the vehicle, the fluid is passing, and the diagonally split system. Diagonal, so the fluid is passing diagonally on the uh, pipelines on the automobile vehicle. And what is a master cylinder? So what is master cylinder, and what are the different components in the master cylinder? What is the main working and operation of the master cylinder? These topics I will explain in next class. So thank you guys.